They know very well that they're exposing you, potentially, to HIV. That's callous. That's wicked.
This is Dan. Dan says he was deceived by a man who's very good about lying about his HIV status. So now Dan is taking the matter to small claims court.
That's right. And new at 5:30, 10 News reporter Michael Chen tells us that Dan took on another identity to catch the man in his lie.
Dan was sitting right here in his living room working on the computer when he got the email that would send him into an emotional tailspin.
I was a wreck. I was scared.
Fear that started with excitement.
He seemed honest.
In mid-September, Dan, who asked us to hide his identity,
I was looking for a connection.
responded to a Craigslist ad in the Men Seeking Men section after talking with Mark for several hours. Dan texted him a question about his HIV status.
His response was negative.
That night,
Unfortunately, I use my emotions rather than my head.
the two had protected sex. Dan says Mark assured him repeatedly he was negative, but his interest in a risky sexual act made him suspicious. Dan went back to Craigslist. And when Mark posted an ad with a familiar photo in the casual encounter section, Dan took on another identity and said he was HIV positive. Mark then confirmed he was positive.
I shut down. Like, I was absolutely stunned.
In this email exchange, Mark says he hides his status because he is discriminated against.
And that's no excuse. And he said he has lied before to others.
Since then, Dan has racked up thousands of medical bills and HIV testing.
From crying to fear to feeling alone.
Dan says Mark paid about $1,000, then stopped answering calls, prompting Dan to file suit in small claims court.
I believe that he needs to be held accountable.
His suit comes 6 months after a local man was convicted for knowingly spreading HIV, and weeks after claims surfaced Charlie Sheen hid his HIV status from women. The issue of lying about HIV status
He needs to know that what he did was wrong.
now headed back to a San Diego court. Michael Chen, 10 News.
And Dan says so far he has tested negative. We didn't use Mark's real name or photo because he hasn't been arrested for a crime. Police say because the two used a condom, there is no crime.